The secret to getting ahead is getting started. Everyone is a moon and has a dark side which he never shows to anybody. Whoever is happy will make others happy too. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Never allow someone to be your priority while allowing yourself to be their option. The best way to cheer yourself is to try to cheer someone else up. Wrinkles should merely indicate where the smiles have been. Books are for people who wish they were somewhere else. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. Humor is mankind's greatest blessing. Each place has its own advantages, heaven for the climate and hell for the society. Whenever you find that you're on the side of the majority, it is time to reform. Never put off till tomorrow what may be done day after tomorrow just as well. I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. What would men be without women? Scarce, sir, mighty scarce. If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the principal difference between a dog and man. If you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. If you do read the newspaper, you are misinformed. If animals could speak, the dog would be a blundering, outspoken fellow, but the cat would have the rare grace of never saying a word too much. A banker is a fellow who lends you his umbrella when the sun is shining, but wants it back the minute it begins to rain. It is better to keep your mouth shut and appear stupid than to open it and remove all doubt. When you fish for love, bait with your heart, not your brain. A gentleman is someone who knows how to play the banjo and doesn't. It's easy to make friends, but hard to get rid of them. Be careless in your dress if you must, but keep a tidy soul. When a child turns 12, he should be kept in a barrel and fed through the bunghole until he reaches 16, at which time you plug the bunghole. Of all the creatures that were made, he, man, is the most detestable. Of the entire brood, he is the only one, the solitary one, that possesses malice. That is the basest of all instincts, passions, vices, the most hateful. He is the only creature that inflicts pain for sport, knowing it to be pain. Also, in all the list, he is the only creature that has a nasty mind. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. Classic, a book which people praise and don't read. Sanity and happiness are an impossible combination. When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand to have the old man around. But when I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much the old man had learned in 7 years. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Education, the path from cocky ignorance to miserable uncertainty. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. The most interesting information comes from children, for they tell all they know and then stop. Giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know because I've done it thousands of times. If Christ were here, there is one thing he would not be: a Christian. A home without a cat, and a well-fed, well-petted and properly revered cat, may be a perfect home perhaps, but how can it prove title? When a man loves cats, I am his friend and comrade without further introduction. A man is accepted into a church for what he believes, and he is turned out for what he knows. I wish I could make him understand that a loving good heart is riches enough, and that without it, intellect is poverty. Anyone who can only think of one way to spell a word obviously lacks imagination. It's lovely to live on a raft. We had the sky up there, all speckled with stars, and we used to lay on our backs and look up at them and discuss about whether they was made or only just happened. An honest politician is an oxymoron. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. It is not worthwhile to try to keep history from repeating itself, for man's character will always make the preventing of the repetitions impossible. The minority is always in the right. The majority is always in the wrong. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. In a good book room, you feel in some mysterious way that you are absorbing the wisdom contained in all the books through your skin, without even opening them. Substitute damn every time you're inclined to write very. Your editor will delete it, and the writing will be just as it should be.